Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. So, my video right before this one, I called out Nicki Minaj for not speaking on matters that do not benefit her album sales, and how a lot of people had questions as to why she only speaks out when she's trying to promote something and when she's trying to get somebody to buy something. And a lot of people had answers. They had questions about that. So in my video, I talked about all the tweets that people had and the questions that they had as to why it's only the times that she has something for sale, or when she wants to say, I'm a black woman, and she tries to, call somebody out that's not black. She used the black struggle, but when it's not something that results into money and dollars, she's radio silent. So since that video, and not before, after that video, and not saying that she made the post because of my video, I feel like it was a collective of several people asking questions. After I posted my video, she has now spoken up about it, and this is what she had to say. She posted up a post that has the last words of the people who were killed by police brutality and what they had to say as their final words. This is what she said in her caption. She says, when 4 black thugs commit a crime, if one person commits murder, they all get charged and convicted. When white thugs/cops kill innocent black people, all 4 of them are responsible. They all watched an unarmed man die and did nothing. Why do they have different rules? Let your voice be heard, be angry. White people have been using violence against us since the beginning of time. We didn't invent violence and looting. Will these officers actually get convicted? Probably not. Let your voice be heard. Call and text to be a part of these petitions. May Mr. Floyd rest in peace. So she shared this along with the numbers to call. And this is what I mean. A lot of people were like, why do other people feel away? Because you see how many people within 58 minutes have viewed this. 277,000 people now have a number to text and call to demand the firing and the charges against all 4 officers. If you have somebody like me who has a super small audience in comparison, like my audience is so small in comparison to hers, I could just do the best that I can to tell people the best that I know. But these celebrities have connections with, these organizations. They have connections with different things, and they have other resources that they can utilize to share on their platforms, as I can share what I can on mine, but their platforms are going to have a much larger reach and a much larger call to action. People are, even though, I feel like it's so silly to idolize these celebrities, there are people who idolize them, and when they have a call to action, it's more likely for the people to do it. Like, they're going to see it and they're like, you know what? I didn't know that this number was available before, and now 300,000 people are texting this number. Whereas my video may get so many views, and it's just not going to be as big of a reach. However, we still need to use as many voices as we can. But when you have a celebrity who has this amount of reach, people are going to have a higher call to action. So this is just an example as to why do we want people to speak who have platforms. This is why. Not pressuring them, not saying that they have to, but the reach that they have is why. And so within 58 minutes, 277,000 people have viewed this. And matter of fact, let me click off and refresh this. And let's see. 282,000 people, and it's just going to keep going up, and it's going to be shared. She shared a number to call, a number to text, what to text to demand for these officers to be charged in this incident. And then she said, sign the petition at change.org or Mayor Fry to fire all officers involved and for charges to be filed immediately. So when I made my previous video, I meant no malice by it at all. And I stand on what I said. I feel like there are many times where, we are taking mental notes of when celebrities want us to stream their stuff. They want us to share their stuff, but when there's black issues, they don't speak. So I don't feel bad for making my previous video, but now not before, but since I've made my video, she has now spoken up. So And I'm not saying that she spoke up because of my video. There were several people calling her out and speaking out about it, and wondering why. And it's just filled with Twitter of questions, adding her and wondering why. So this is this is an example that you can see visibly. Why are people angry that celebrities don't speak up? Or why are we angry that they don't use their platforms? Because when they have an album, they'll use their platform and push it to the masses, and say, hey, I'm a black woman this, I'm a black woman that. But then the same platform that can garner 282,000, and that's just the likes. So imagine how many people seen it but didn't like it. So this is probably even double that, the reach that this has gotten within an hour. So this is why people speak up and they say those things. But kudos to her for finally using her platform. Not saying that she had to, but just saying that it's, it just raises an eyebrow when you don't. And when you use these issues when you have something to sell. So to the barbs in my last video, I expect you guys to respond the way you respond, because when you're in a cult, you only see ass kissing as the layer. You don't hold the people that you like accountable. So I understand, the people in my last video calling me on my name, and they have low level, thinking outside of ass kissing. If you don't ass kiss, they don't understand. They don't get it. And the people on my video talking about now that she's responded, what do you feel? Do you think I feel a way that she had to get dragged to speak? Do you think that I feel funny that she spoke because after I posted a video and after several people called her out, she spoke after that? You honestly think that I feel crunchy because she spoke after she got called out? I know the barbs, not all of the barbs are very smart. I know a lot of the barbs, like I said, they only see ass kissing. But to get under my comments and say, how do you feel now that she's posted something after, not before she got dragged, but after she got called out? What? Anyway, so like I said, and like I will say, I don't expect everybody to speak, but there is a notice of when you speak after you get called out to speak. And, like B. Simone, for an example, I feel like people were kind of going overboard with that situation. But, after they called her out, then she wanted to protest. It's cool. Protest. Great. But we see and we notice what's done before and what's done after you get called out. So bring the IQ up, the barbs. Like, take your face out of Nicki's ass. Use your brain. Think for yourself. Hold the people that you like accountable. And now that she's spoken out, great. Now it's at 300,000 people who have liked it, and it's just going to keep growing as the day goes along. And now there are several people who have a number to call to justice and a call to action. So that's that on that. And yeah, that's that on that.